Is it time? Are we ready? Are we really ready? I don't have this ready. What's this going on? All right. I guess we're ready. Got it. Hey guys, what's happening? How I was supposed to eat and stuff like that during the break, but I spent more time messing with trying to set up the new camera angles and everything on this. You see, I moved this to where I need it to be, and I also made the pay dirt bags. But welcome to everybody that's in here tonight for the after party bonanza bar. So here we go. Bar is open tonight. I got a Guinness and some man food. Just man food, just big chunks of food, and I'll be snacking on that as it goes on. Grease Monkey. That could be colder. It was in the fridge. It was smooth. What's up, Mikey J? I've been trying to do 10 minutes at least every other day on the stick, and transitions are getting easier. Not really trying to learn anything new, just fiddling around and playing on the chords for now. And it's getting easier just playing with transitions. So great to see everybody. Louis, Guido, what's going on, guys? Can do. So I made the bags up, and I got Can Do's bag made up too. Because I can't remember if I said that he won a bag or not. I know he won one of those silver bars and a magnet and stuff. But so I just went ahead and made him a mini bag. So there you go. Can Do's got a mini bag coming, and congratulations, Brewers Prospectors. I made his small bag up. I made the fourth bag. This right here. He should like what's in it. It's just a small bag, but he should enjoy it. You can barely see what's written on it, but there we go. And he's got another little stack of prize pack going on here. I got my master list here of everything I'm trying to get out by Friday, so it's going to take a little time to pack that up still. I got the big box here. It's got quite a bit in it. It's got a few more things going in there, but everybody knows that's going all the way to Carson. He's getting a good box here. Oh, there's my old man glasses. Yeah. I need them to see that fine print in some of these books now. It's so fine. I could barely see it when I was young. Now they made it even smaller. And they cut back on the ink, and you can't read it. So everything's cheap. What's going on? So I've been working on setting this up. So I still have to truck in the water, which I already got running in buckets. That way y'all can talk about my creaky door. And as soon as we truck that in, so tonight it's all about testing. So we got all other stuff out of the way. Now we just have fun. When business is over, we got double black diamond, experts only. And we got the new mat. Can't see the mat. So that's the plan. This is supposed to be able to pull 1.5 out of this. So can this mat pull 1.5 out? And I'll wash the cons out and see if it can do it. And just a fun test. Sound like fun? And I'm trying. I'm sending him a big bag, plus stuff from the show, some mystery stuff, and some of the North Carolina stuff that I've collected. Just, not too much, He seems like kind of a minimal kind of guy a little bit, but, something that's cool. Small things maybe. Heck yeah, it. Yeah, my phone didn't beep once. Y'all, it's 22 comments on that live stream on that one. I didn't get one of them. My phone don't hardly do that anymore. I've gone through and tried to turn things on. There's certain things that I won't get notifications for, and I've gone through every which way that I can think of through the phone app and through that app and trying to turn the notifications back on. Yoda Mad Binzo. Oh, yep. No Grogu is wanted. Well, Vendetta was happening. Spell it with an R. Monkey. So, yeah. I got to get the water in. First, I got to put the mat in correctly. It's just sat in there. So, since it's just sat in there, I can get it out. Ta-da. So, it's this one. Yep, the micro mat. And, so, the other mat, there's the river sluice, the river or the creek mat or whatever, and then there's the dredge mat. There's the mini and the micro, and there's one in between. And it's the Cape. It's called the Cape D. I finally found out. I asked the guy. He says Cape D. That's the one. Oh, I didn't know what that one was called. But the one I almost bought, it seems counterintuitive. But once I thought about it for a while, I said, oh, it makes sense that it was three of them. It was this micro riffle, and then the Cape D, and then the regular river sluice. It got bigger as it went down, so it hit the fine stuff first, and it was catching any fine gold, and then it went bigger, and any bigger gold that didn't get caught gets caught down there, and then at the bottom, if anything could blow out of those, there's the big ones. So I don't know about that though, but I guess if there was something I should have pulled the trigger on at the show and bought, I guess that was it. I was like, I got so much stuff I hadn't even tried or played with that much yet. I mean, there's the pirate sluice back there. I've only really used it like 3-4 times total. So, I mean, and I got a new mat for it too. So, and I've only used the new mat twice, maybe. Moto mining, what's happening? What's going on, Joey Brown? Oh, yeah, I posted that link for everybody to call in because this is supposed to be like a call-in, chill-out thing. And I was going to run the dirt, but nobody jumped on it. But I'll post it again. And I'll drop the hat. I picked up this pan. There's some black sands in it, and I just dry panned it back like that. And there's some gold in that black sand, and I don't know why this is in this. No clue. This is incidental. Thing about I got this tub of shoes I got to throw away. Hey, oh, there we go. So here's a tip, everybody. Here's a prospecting tip. The quickest way to get new creek shoes is forget to take creek shoes. JP Lawns and more. What's happening?
Reese's popcorn.
Yeah, right on, right on. We got Jericho and Hercules trying to call in from the car. Let's let him into the stream.
What's up, everybody?
Hey, Jericho, what's happening?
Well, I got a Vendetta box, and I was hoping for some sticker crack, and I got no stickers.
Oh, he might be out. These guys got new ones coming in. Oh, yeah, the heavy metal.
With the nugget in there, yeah.
Nugget bag. Sweet. Yeah, I almost ordered the pirate booty plus a gram. I like that would be fun, but I didn't. Because it's already got like maybe close to a 0.2 in it.
Yeah, I think
so
it's
it'd be nice.
Gram on the site.
You can add whatever to them, but they're pretty fun. Yeah, he makes good pay dirt bags. I'm Vendetta poor right now, but it should be coming. Should have some coming. I don't know anything about hockey other than their sticks.
You play on ice.
A lot of Canadians play it.
This is also true. So I can open the pay dirt and smell it. Let's see what this smells like.
Moto.
He called charts. That's some sterile smelling dirt. It smells like inside of a refrigerator.
What you got there, man? Some Guinness?
You had to go with my pot roast. I thought it matched up.
We'll drink some tequila. Bell. There's popcorn for you. Oh, well, you saw it fall?
I left mine inside.
I bet Bella doesn't like popcorn. When we raised schnauzers, they would lose their damn mind for popcorn.
Well, oh, Major J, that's just 'cause, you know, you never seen me on the street for nothing.
So you guys up to anything exciting this weekend?
What, coming
It's
up?
all-
Yeah.
There's all kinds of stuff coming up.
Goddaughter's graduating from college Saturday.
Look at that. That is just, it don't even need to be classified. If you classified that 1/8 inch, you'd probably find like 4 pebbles. Man, that is a heavy pan.
Waylon?
Nice dirt.
So 1.5 grams in there at least. Let's see if the machine can pull it out with one run. Guido, we do have StreamYard now, ladies and gentlemen, so we can have as many callers as we want to call in
What's up,
to the
Guido?
after party Bonanza bar.
How's
Well,
that
that's
puppy,
heavy,
Jericho?
He spent 3 hours at the dog park sprinting, so he's snoring like a grizzly bear.
Excellent.
Shit, Vendetta, we're going to run that through that sluice right there. Ain't no pain. We don't do that pain.
There we go.
Run that through
We're
the
testing
sluice.
out that micro mat, man. So I'm gonna start trucking in water. I'm gonna be off audio for a minute, and I was gonna find some grease today, and I found a can, and I was like, nope, that was carb spray. Nope.
Not the same.
Nope. It's like nope. It's around here somewhere. It's just kind of misplaced at the moment. It's like which where is it? So there's the sluice setup, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like a better angle than I was getting the other day. So I can see it a lot better, and it's lit well. Nice. Here we go.
How far away are you guys from Chatham?
AFK.
Where?
AFK.
Chatham, Virginia? Danville?
Danville? Maybe like an hour and 15 maybe.
Charts, he says.
So are you guys buying all the pumps and everything for these little mini sluices?
Yeah.
Can you get a kit?
Sometimes they come with a kit.
Yeah, kid. This is the wrong bucket.
Nah, Brewer, I was just chilling with my USA, you know. Just trying to represent. Yeah, white beater shirt or tank top. The tank top show. Get it out of your way, Bill. I got a busy morning tomorrow. I got stuff ready for the yard sale Friday. So you got your candles, huh, Guido?
Yes, sir. She's burning it now.
Uh-oh.
She's like, there might be a spot right there. It's like, yeah, that's carbon from the wick. Don't worry about it. He'll be there.
Google says I'm 46 hours away from Chatham.
That's about 20 hours for us.
So I got a question, Benzo. If you're back yet,
I don't think he's back yet.
it doesn't sound like it. So what do you do with the tailings from that? How do you get them out?
With the shovel.
Out of what?
The tub.
Out of the bucket.
Come out.
Oh man, you just pour the water into a bucket and the stuff will slide
Yeah.
to the corner and it'll just go into a bucket. That's how I do it anyway. Squirt of soap. Another squirt of soap. I just gotta brush the sleep.
We're creating a whirlpool.
Can't believe I'm drinking a whiskey water out of a koozie.
A whiskey and water? You're drinking water with it?
Yeah, otherwise I get drunk and start crying, apparently.
You ain't never done that on the stream.
Yeah, I'm supposed to.
I've never seen you do that.
I don't know. Rose said you look really sad. It's like, I didn't think I was. Thought it was good.
There we go. What's in there? Oh, damn.
We need a closer sluice cam.
I don't know.
Can you
Something's
zoom
in
in?
there. Carrots. I can hear you.
Can you zoom it in?
Yeah, I need a closer sluice cam.
We got Rock Butcher calling in.
Yeah, I need a closer sluice.
What's up, Rock Butcher?
Hey guys, how are you
Move it
doing?
like this.
Trying to figure out how this mat works.
Man, that'll work.
Holy moly.
Don't worry, Mikey J. I won't tell you how the game ended.
You'll see all that gold sitting on that plate?
No, we
No.
can't see anything.
There's a bunch of gold
Yeah,
sitting
it's
on
hard
that
to see
plate.
with the light reflecting off the top of it there.
Mm.
Flow looks good.
Mm-hmm.
I turned it down a little bit. It's got more, but I figure since this was fine gold and black sand, we could just take this time. I do need to get the brush, it looks like.
Air bubbles.
You've seen it, that's what it was on. Let's run some material on it. Let's see what happens. Call in, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have it open. I can't post the link. Ha 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 ha. Shush.
Well, now that you upgraded, we definitely have to have a tic-tac-toe.
We can.
And I'm calling left square.
Bottom left.
Yeah, please.
Oh wow. You can just see the gold just sitting on the top there. on that plate. This material is just loaded with fungal, like crazy cons. Yeah, all those things are back. Maybe they're just little pieces of white stuff. I don't know.
They're talking snow in the morning and then 85 on Monday.
You got to be kidding me.
It's crazy to me.
It was like
You kidding me?
65 today.
No,
Down there in Jericho? Are you serious?
yeah.
Man, it's supposed I mean, straight line north of you in a airplane, I'm about an hour, and we're supposed to have beautiful weather for all the way through till Tuesday.
Shit, it's only a 3-hour difference between me and Charlie, and it's going to be 20 degrees warmer up there.
Gee whiz.
I don't know if we're just getting hit with band in the morning or what. It was frosty this morning.
Yeah, no, I'm just here. I'm just looking at the website here. I'll convert it to. Now we're Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We're averaging about 50, 51 degrees. Your language.
Well, there
Tuesday,
goes the ice fishing.
72. Oh yeah. Oh, the ice is long gone now. We had a couple of days of solid rain, and it's just. Yeah, we're in full breakup now. If you go on the ice, you're gonna die.
Oh, death ice. Neat.
We got 41 at 3 a.m., 30 at 5 a.m., 25 miles per wind.
Wow.
And then light snow until 8 a.m., and then it goes up to 50.
Moto mining, we're $1.89, but you're still paying for the Vancouver Expo. That's your extra tax.
Moto's in BC, right?
$4.80 for gas, Vendetta. Damn.
I paid $5 for gasoline today.
We just worked this out the other day when I was on another stream. The price I'm paying here in Thunder Bay, Canada, Ontario, is about $6 Canadian a liter, so it's $5 American a liter, gallon.
Gallon.
Sorry. Yeah,
Wait,
$6 Canadian a gallon.
Isn't it like a gallon in the spot?
Oh, it could be that, Moto.
Wow.
I think a U.S. gallon's about 3.5 liters.
Yeah.
3.7.
Okay, as opposed to a British gallon, which is like 4 or something. I don't know why there's a difference.
Well, the British can't use ounces and shit. It's crazy. We were talking about it one day. They have special words for things.
Mm. Yeah, Moto, you're not wrong there, buddy.
There's a flake.
You're not wrong there.
There's a bigger flake. See where it goes. This whole back line is just gold. It looks like. Except I think a little bit more of this magic juice in here.
Yeah, you can keep squirting, man. Keep squirting. I was telling Chef
all right,
Villa,
who's snoring?
Bella, you already know, Guido.
Yeah, I
There's
know.
Jeff. And did call in, bro?
Oh,
Some go
she's so
bags.
sweet.
I ain't got no go bags for sale. I'm in.
Vendetta's saying, yeah, I can see that. I can see that gold line in front of the
I'm gonna
black sand as
collect
well.
I'm gonna collect gold mode to the sell gold mode.
Yeah, this is something I'd try.
Jeff. At least you didn't say doo-doo.
definitely ready for Rockwood down to go kayak in 2 months.
Yeah, yeah. We actually were talking.
Night, Robinson.
We were talking about that just today. So she's going to sort out her plane ticket here in the next couple of days. So I'll get an idea when I'm going to be available to grab the kids and head down on a voyage.
All right. How roughing it camping style do you like, or you want motel info?
No. I mean, well, it depends. I mean, if we don't have time, a motel is a great thing, but I'm not adverse to staying in a tent, and that's no big deal. We can bring all our camping stuff for sure.
Yeah.
That,
white
big,
work,
that bigger flake's still sitting there on that slick plate.
Nice.
There's
See you,
a
Joey.
lot of gold in that first line. Lucky J. $22 really awesome people in the house. Smash that like because it helps the algorithm. And we can get more people.
Teddy C's New England
It'll
Outdoors.
get growing. It'll get growing. This is not monetized or anything like that. We're just hanging out and having a good time. The only thing I got going across is the price of gold and the price of silver as posted
Need to put the price of gas on there at the bottom of the ticker, apparently.
It varies so much. Heck, the county north of me, it's almost, if I had a bigger gas tank, if my gas tank was 5 gallons bigger, it'd be worth it to drive. But my gas tank's so small, it's not worth it. I did the math. It's a break-even venture. If I drove up there and get the gas.
Time.
But if I had a bigger gas tank, it'd be cheaper. Bullshit.
So what exactly are you doing there, Benzo?
I bought this. It's supposed to be really hard pay dirt. That's a lot of black sands. And I got this for Christmas. This Mini 6, and it works good. But you got to classify it down to at least.
You did not get that thing for Christmas, sir. You need to correct that shit.
Well, technically, but I eventually got it at some point in time. But hey, supposedly. So I got a new mat for it here, and it wasn't that expensive from Big Mat themselves. Went straight to the supplier and got this delivered, and got me also a lighted helmet with the magnifier type thing, but I need batteries. And this is the test, and this is it's supposed to be at least 1.5 grams. And so if this can pull over 1.5 grams on the first run, then it's doing really good for fine gold and even a lot of, there is so much gold going by, guys. I might have to take a picture of my phone and show you. Like every scoop is like 80 pieces.
Yeah, Moto, there's mining up in Timmins. There's been about 33 million ounces of gold came out of there. But that's all hard rock.
33 million ounces?
Out of the Timmins camp, yeah.
That's an insane number.
Yeah, that was I want to say Harry Oaks back in the early 1900s with the Tough Oaks mine. I think he was the guy who made the initial discovery. Then they found the Dome mine, which is still producing today. It's over 100 years old, and Macassa, of course, and they're just going deeper, and it just keeps on giving. Yeah, no, I was just replying to Moto Mining. He said he started watching a documentary about Timmins, Ontario gold mining, and it's bigger than the Klondike. And absolutely, yeah, it's enormous, but a lot more labor intensive and cost intensive. No, Timmins is only. I don't think Timmins is more than 15,000 people. It's mostly just the miners and their families. I've been there, stayed through there a few times, and it's all right. It's got some good bars, good restaurants.
All that gold fell. All the water was holding it in place and it just all slid down.
Nope.
Switch it over. Okay, settings.
Take
I don't
it
know
back
how
out.
else to do this, guys. This is going to be rough, but here we go.
Scoop it back out and put it back in.
No. It's okay.
It didn't come out of the pan or out of the tray?
That's good. It's all good.
Cool.
Y'all couldn't
see a
see
couple
what was
others.
going on. What was going on?
That's a nice piece right there.
That was a line.
Look
Mhm.
at that
There you
line
go.
up
I know
top.
y'all couldn't
Look at
see
that.
that line there. And that piece. Okay. So, yeah, that's what y'all couldn't see until I figure out a different way to run cameras and make things better. But this can switch over. I did sort through my stickers over there. You can see a whole pile of stickers of some that'll be good to put on sluice. Got to name my pirate sluice. We got to get a piratey name. All right, there. Yeah. And there's going to be a lot of those stickers going on that, but there's still a lot of room on the board here for a lot of the good stickers. And I got a lot of repeats and a lot of extras too. And those are going to be for other things. But yeah, to get on the refrigerator, you have to come here and have a beer with me. So that's
All right,
it.
key question here.
Yeah.
Are you having fun?
Right now,
Yes.
I'm having a blast, dude.
Go with it.
What camera? Oh, it's back. Oh, it's party cam. It's the party cam. All right, here we go. Go back over to the gold cam. Boom. We got a dually pulling up out there. I hear it. All right. How should we use the cleanup pan?
What you got there, Checo?
I'm gonna do something with this too. Maybe I should use that. I should use Maybe should I use blue or green guys? Big pan, little pan, big pan. Where's the little blue pan? It's a big box. It's over there.
Moto says, sorry. One more.
Too much electricity. Oh, that's got a lot of.
What's up, Louis Schwartz? You're not going to have to worry about going bald for a while, Benzo. Rock Butcher, you're muted.
Well, I'm amazed. There we go. I was just replying to Moto there. He was saying there's an open pit right beside the town of Timmins, and that was opened up by Royal Oak Resources, Peggy Whitty, that evil woman,
Sure.
back in the early 90s. And they were mining the really low grade stuff between two known ore bodies that had been exploited underground already. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, my buddy's brother worked there as a mining engineer.
There's a lot of black sand in that bucket.
Not as many as that were in the pan when he started.
True.
So what do you guys think of that Vendetta? And I think in Jericho you had one, that rotating magnetic separator that I know I saw Dan Hurd using it too. What do you guys think about that unit?
Mine got stolen and I wish it didn't.
Okay.
I want to get another one.
Were they valuable, or did you have to run it with dry
There you go.
pay dirt, or could you run it with wet dirt?
The original one I had, it didn't even have a
Here's on.
stand. We used C clamps and some 2x4s. And then I think there's one out now that you can run it wet.
Yeah. Because, I mean, on an industrial scale, we've always had magnetic separators. And then you amp it up if you've got paramagnetic stuff in there, like hematite, that kind of thing. And you could pull that out. But I was just wondering if that's just a painful extra step, or if it was easier just to run the whole kit through a sluice box first, and maybe as a secondary cleanup kind of thing, or what's your experience with it?
It worked pretty slick, and I don't think I had any gold go over into the black sand when I did it. But I didn't have as much gold as like Flower Gold Wizard when he did it. I think he ran about 3 grams of gold with black sand through, and I don't think he missed any either.
Yeah. I mean, even if you had to run it through twice, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I did run mine usually 2 or 3 times because it would take more of the black sand out.
Okay. Because it'd make your cleanup a lot easier, eh?
Yeah.
But can you run it wet? Would be the big question.
I think the new one he's got that you can run it wet.
So you can have a slurry.
Yeah.
Like
I think I'm not 100% sure.
Okay. I'm thinking of it like in a chain where it goes in, it goes across the magnetic separator, and then into the sluice box kind of thing.
Damn, Benzo.
I'm going to start swirling this thing about 10 times and snuff all the gold out. And I want to Add a drop of real soap. And
Needs
what's
better
stuff for
mounting
Bob
Come on, man, use your new stuff.
I have been. All right. Is any of these it? Oh. Let's see what we got. Oh, we got the orange one.
It's 11 o'clock.
Is it?
9:41.
Yeah, no, sorry.
That one's just dumb.
I'm talking to my daughter who's pulling her homework book out now and not going to brush her teeth and going to bed.
So these two are gold adventures. I doubt it's a quarter gram between them. We'll never know. We'll never know. I mean, maybe we'll never know.
She's reviewing for her test tomorrow, not doing more homework.
I don't know. I'm gonna use a Martin bottle. I'm stuffing up all this pile of gold in this.
That's a lot of gold in that pan.
Yeah, it is.
Did you get the 5-gram bag?
That was 1.5. All right, all that's in there is pretty dang good. There's heavy when you
Tiny
need 'em.
bubbles.
There's heavy when you need 'em.
Tiny bubbles. You're showing your your
I'm
age
old,
there,
brother.
partner.
I
Sorry.
put
In
a
my
drop of-
wine. I'm there with you.
Okay, so talking about old. Do you guys play
Yes.
cards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sheepshead, euchre, cribbage.
Yeah, I'll play cribbage.
cribbage.
The cribbage is my game.
Euchre,
Yeah.
cribbage. My
So-
parents taught me bridge years and years ago.
That's an all right game for a senior citizen.
I should go learn it again in the next 10 years then.
We went up to a local tavern and I asked them, like, hey, do you guys got any euchre games around here? Anything, pinochle, cribbage, tournament, something like that? They said no. It's dying off with all the old farmers. None of these younger people want to play.
Really?
That is like minus 400 stuff like that. Holy smokes.
I taught my kids how to play
Dear
euchre
God,
and they loved it.
Benzo.
I like it. A lot of people
Yeah, we
like
used to-
playing spades. I can play a variety of card games, but
Yeah.
my preferred is cribbage and euchre.
Yeah.
I like
love
poker.
euchre.
Well, my favorite game, if you can get 4 people that know how to play it, it's the funnest card game I ever played is Shithead. But we modified it to be 2 decks and with modified rules, but it's like our own modified form of the game, and it's really, really fun. It's fast paced and you can fly through games, and it's exciting. I mean, I've never played a game that was so exciting.
See,
Oh, wow.
Vendetta, he plays poker or spades. He's one of the younger guys.
Yeah.
I mean, spades is okay.
I went through
Because
my
then you can
spades,
play. You
spades,
can play with
spades,
more
and
than 4
hearts.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my family, they played a lot of Rook. That was their game. They played Rook.
Mm-hmm.
I play
Trivial
Rook. That's a
Pursuit.
fun game.
Yeah, we when I take the family up to a local fishing lodge here just north of town here that a buddy of mine runs, and we get a really good discount. And that we usually go up for a 4-day 3-night staycation in a nice cabin and that kind of thing, and slay the walleye during the day, and then in the evening sit around the table and play cards. And
Sweet.
they like the euchre.
So you
Euchre's
all
definitely
eat
fun. I like
those
dirty
walleyes,
clubs, too.
right?
Pardon me?
You eat the walleyes?
Absolutely. And I throw
Never
back
had
the
it.
northerns. You never had walleye?
No.
It's a very subtle tasting freshwater fish. So you don't want to. It's not something you want to hit it with a lot of seasoning.
Butter in a pan with salt and pepper.
That's
All
it.
right.
Exactly. It may be a little bit of flour on the outside, but me,
Just like a trout.
I take the raw fillet, I throw it in the pan with some butter, and you never turn that stove up above 4 because you don't want to brown the butter. You just want to cook it in the butter and a little salt and pepper, and Bob's your uncle. And
Moto Mining wants to play some draw for Uno.
How'd you know?
we'd go out and like we catch. Our limit was because mommy doesn't have a fishing license, so we catch our limit of 16 walleye, and we'd eat the whole lot. The kids would eat the whole lot that night.
You like freshwater catfish?
Yes, I do. I don't fish them myself, but if you were to prepare it for me, I would love to eat it. Yeah,
All right.
yeah. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of catfish up in this neck of the woods, so, or if there are, I don't know where they are. So
This 5-6 pound channel cat's pretty tasty.
Yeah. I'll
That
say
would
I
be
can
fun.
take you from if you come camping up here by that rock wall,
Mhm.
rock bridge, natural bridge. If you camp at that campground, it's a 20-minute drive maybe to an awesome catfish place to
Oh, yeah.
fish. And I looked, and they said that a weekend fishing license for anyone 16 and over, I believe they said was just $10.
Yeah, from out of country.
Yeah,
Really?
it's just a visitor's fishing license for the
Sure.
weekend.
Yeah. I'm all up with that.
Anybody over 16 has to have a fishing license. Good night again.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah, she heard you.
Anybody
She
trying to
said
call
good
in?
night.
I can
muted
have
it.
10 people in here, Jeff, now. I got the program. If you want to call in, bro. Or are you just waiting for the after party? Swoop in like I do. I'll buy him.
It usually takes us about 30, 45 minutes in the morning to fill a cooler with catfish.
What's the limit?
25 each.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. Holy crap. Wow.
I'm actually surprised there isn't a limit on those.
What do you catch them with? Just like trebles and
Yeah, the
and
limit
a
here is 2
chunk of
I
servings
got
per
one out
month.
with live bait, one out with bait, one out with night crawler. And because we can fish with 3 poles each. So I got 1 stink, 1 live, and 1 night crawler.
wow. See, up here you're only allowed 1 rod, unless you're ice fishing. Then you're allowed 2.
Ice
I'm
fishing,
allowed
we
2.
can have, I think it's 10 tip ups per person, and
Crap.
you can only hand jig with 1. You know, I mean, you can do it with 2, but it ain't really.
No. Yeah, you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like using baby catfish to catch catfish, or bullheads.
Small brim.
We don't get any of those up here. Or is that what you call a sheephead?
No, it's just a little sunfish, a little.
Oh, like a bluegill?
Yeah.
Bluegill.
Yeah.
Yeah, those we don't get them up. We don't get them up here.
And
Put tiny hooks in tiny places and you'll catch funny fish.
They're way down southern Ontario. We get them down there where it's warmer, but they don't exist up here. The only warm water fish we get up here is bass, and even then it's just in the southern part of northwestern Ontario. You don't, as soon as you get 50 miles north of town, it's all just trout and walleye and northerns.
Is it right up the river here? I'm sitting right next to the river. Right up the river here, the dude got a 26-inch brook trout on a fly rod yesterday.
Nice.
That's a mighty fish.
That's a monster.
Big.
I mean, we usually get between 12 and 15, a couple 18, 19 inches,
Sure.
but
Yeah,
that was a monster.
that's a monster. Yeah.
It looked like a salmon, in all honesty.
I did a helicopter job years ago, back '99, and we went up on we were flying out of Little Bell Lake Lodge, which is a fly out campsite where guys come up to go for their fly and fishing kind of thing, out of Cochrane, Ontario. And we had done a deal with the lodge owner to rent a cabin from him for a week, because he had two boats which had been used by another exploration company, and they've been helicoptered over to a different lake, and it was too small for him to recover his two boats. But I was working with a helicopter, so the deal we made was like, we get to stay there for a week, but I'll take my helicopter and I will recover your two boats for you and bring them back to this cabin, which at $1,500 an hour or whatever was going to pay for the three of us to stay there for a week.
Right.
And at any rate, he was looking. I showed him my maps. Because I had all my sample locations on the maps, and he says, "Oh wow!" He says, "You're going to the Wakwayakastik River, which is a river, Wakwayakastik, the Wak. It flows north into the Abitibi and into the Moose River, which flows out at Moosonee and James Bay." And he said, "That is the best brook trout fishing in Ontario. And the only way in there is by float plane. And very, very few people ever go in there." And so I was flying in with a helicopter, so I could go dance all the way down this damn river, And just about every spot we stopped, man, we caught fish. And we caught 2 5-pounders, we caught a 4-pounder, and a whole pile of 3s and 2s, nothing smaller than 2 pounds. And brought them back to the lodge. And then Billy, the owner of the lodge, I gave him, he asked me, he says, "Can you please give me the 2 biggest ones, because I want to get them mounted so I can bring them down to the sportsman shows in the United States and show these, this is what you can get up at my lodge." So I gave him those, and all the rest we cooked them up on a griddle that night with just melted butter and onions and a little bit of seasoning kind of thing, and chopped it all up, and then walked around the table. There had to be 30 guys in there in the lodge, and all dining together. And we just, took big scoops of, here's some for you, here's some for you, here's some for you. Just a wonderful treat, a one-off. That was the best trout fishing I've ever seen in my life.
Great times.
Yeah. Yeah. The first place we stopped at was a waterfall, so clearly there was no trout above it. It had to be 20 feet tall, and there was a pool with a sandbar in the middle of the ridge, in the middle of the pool. And I said to my pilot, I says, "Geez, I says, that looks to me like a spot designated by God to catch trout." He says, "Okay, we're going to shut her down then." Hey, yeah. So we landed, and I got out of the helicopter, and I had my sampling kit, and I had to screen to size, but it was all sand, so there was no screening involved. So it's basically, fill this bag full of dirt. The rotors had not stopped turning completely, and the pilot had the first fish on his line. And it was nuts. It was nuts. I tried to fill out my sample card, and the pilot's catching fish, and I'm like, "God damn it! Okay, go help him bring it up on the shore and that." And that was great. It was beautiful. But it was interesting because there were pools, and so you'd only catch 2 or 3 out of each pool, and then the fish would smarten up, and then you'd fly to the next pool, and you'd land, and I'd take my sample and then cast again and catch 1 or 2 more, and it was neat.
For the cost of the fishing license, how many of you would be over 16 fishing?
Oh, just myself.
Okay. So the annual non-resident international is $50.
Yeah,
The first time buyer license, since it's your first time buying a Wisconsin fishing license,
absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
it'd be $25.75 for the year.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you can pay $10 for 1 day or $24 for 4 days.
Yeah.
But
Wow. As a hunter and a conservationist, I'd be happy to pay the $50 or whatever it is, and I know all that money goes right back into conservation. So that's no skin off my ass.
yeah, they use that to restock the trout,
Exactly.
the
Exactly.
fingerlings.
Yeah. Exactly. So
There's a whole nother layer of that 400 mesh. You can just see it. I knew there would be. Third time through, still just a bunch of gold. Fourth time through, probably. Starting to get more trash in there now.
Mrs. Rock Butcher just got back from being out with the girls again.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
That's all right. She's got to go to school tomorrow, so she may not even.
Are you much of a stacker, Benzo?
What's that now?
Are you much of a silver stacker or stacker?
Every now and then I watch somebody's video. But
I mean, yourself, do you collect any?
oh yeah, sure. I got a baby stack.
Can you see the cam or the?
Oh, well, that's nice.
It's a 1-ounce silver with a piece of gold in a see-through pan that the prospector's holding.
Yeah, Moto. I see you. Moto says you'd be surprised how far into the mountains a fish can get, and I agree with you, man. I mean, I've found fish in some pretty bizarre places, but I didn't have to sample any farther upstream than that, and that was a pretty serious waterfall. So unless their great granddaddies got up there as the ice age was ending, there wouldn't be too many fish above that falls.
We've seen fish walk on land. So there's 2 swamps and a road going down the middle. And if you come out to go fishing, I want to take you fishing here because you'll see 5 and 6 foot muskies. I've hit them in the head with all kinds of lures, and they don't care. If they don't want it, they just don't even look.
That's right. Yeah.
But you can see them like just from standing there. But there's a swamp and a swamp on the way to get to the water. And when
all right, Mike, he was right.
The east side of the swamp starts to drain, all the fish after it floods will go across the road into the other swamp.
I heard about that. Down your neck of the woods. They walk.
Yep.
On their fins.
And they shoot right across that. It's not slow either. They go at a good clip.
Oh, really?
They're back in the water as fast as they can possibly be, but they walk right on their elbows, basically, in my head.
That's amazing. Yeah. That's really cool.
I'd like to catch it on camera because there's a lot of bullheads and catfish.
Mm-hmm.
And they just go in a line, a whole bunch of them going across.
A smart guy would set up there, wait for that to happen, and then set up like a ping pong net along the one side of the road and just let them all walk into it.
Hang a bunch of onion bags together.
You can hand fish.
Just go with a set of barbecue tongs and just don't way into the bucket,
Yeah, they can be hand fished here. You can hand fish in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
But they got snapping turtles that will eat your hand off. So
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
sticking my hand in an
We
empty hole.
got the same up here.
There's that white stuff that was in the sluice, like little chips of quartz. It's like the fifth time through. How much gold? Last time there was still a whole little pile of the minus 400 type super fine gold. I still see quite a few pieces. Yep, there's still a little pile of it. It's getting smaller every time I do this stuff. And then right here, there's gold that's hanging up with this stuff. Every time it pumps down, there's a lot of gold up under that.
Yeah, you're getting down into chemical territory there when it's that fine.
Oh, it is super fine. I can still see it's a whole pile of it though. Try not to sniff up any of those white pieces because they're definitely non-magnetic. So I got some cons over there. I can classify while this is drying. I can classify them down quarter-inch or eighth-inch real quick.
Hey, Benzo, I'll tell you a trick I learned when I was working over in Mongolia for really, really fine gold.
Yeah.
If you dry that out, get yourself, I don't know where you'd have to look around and find where you could buy it, but get yourself like maybe a 2 foot by 2 foot copper plate, right? And then with a hard scribe and a straight edge like a ruler,
Yeah.
scribe a bunch of lines across that plate, maybe an eighth of an inch apart, right? And what they used to do over there in Mongolia was once you got all those little scribed lines in the copper plate, they would pour the ultra fines on there, and then they'd have the ladies in the cleaning room would just blow on it with their mouths. And it's amazing. Well, I mean, it's exactly the same concept as riffles and water, right?
Yeah.
It's just wind and because your scribed line on the copper
That's not
plate
what I was expecting you to
is
say right there,
is
though.
rough, right? And the scribed line on the copper plate is rough, and the gold actually sticks in there. And they give little puffs, and it would blow the remaining real fines and heavies off, and the gold would stick there. And then once they were done, they put like a piece of paper on the far side, bent up so it catches whatever flies off off the copper plate. And when they're done, then they take the copper plate and they tip it up, and whatever comes off is just pure fine gold. Something to try. I'd never seen it anywhere before in my life. That was the first time I ever saw it. Yeah.
Find me a copper plate, scribe it up. Well, I'm
Yeah.
calling it good because that's 6 times. That was insane. That was cool. So here's that said material, and I do have an extra bucket of water out there. I can set this and classify it down and get this material ready to run. And it goes with this snuffer. Yep, goes with that snuffer. This one's just got a little dawn in it, I believe, and this one is a mystery snuffer from a trip. We'll have to snuff it out too. So here we go. Snuffer dump. Then we'll let it dry. We'll do a magnet clean. Some water in there.
What's up, Michigan Gems?
What's happening? The link was in there earlier. If anybody wants to call in and join the chat. Talk about golds, treasure hunting, collectibles.
Now is that out of the URI?
No, this is at Pay Dirt Rag.
All right.
We don't have much of that super fine like that. Not that 400. Boom. There it is,
Nice
ladies
job.
and gentlemen. Thank you.
That's beautiful. Nice and clean.
No, I meant the cons.
Oh yeah, that is.
That's some nice gold.
But I was just out there digging, testing. I wasn't really on the gold, and I'm like, I got faith that it's down. Second set of buckets was even worse. I was like, oh wow, my faith is being tested. I feel like it's still down. And then I had a couple test pans that showed a little promise. I was like, Third run was like, that is definitely starting to look more like it. I'm on it. And then it was like, that was it. Maybe I ran another run and it was better, and maybe one more bucket, and then the forest said, time to go. Some thunder started rolling, and I kind of boogied. This stuff is insane. All right. We're going to air dry this. It's going to take a minute. Because it is nasty. Yeah. So, yeah. I'm going to put it in front of the fan. If anybody else wants to call in, they're more than welcome to call in and join the chat tonight. I'm going to be getting the buckets and classifying this material. And there's the link.
What time are you going to be handy tomorrow, Rock Butcher?
And there's a spinny pan. 12 people in the show. Thank you all for coming along.
Central Standard Time.
Yeah, after lunchtime.
Okay.
So you're an hour behind me. Yeah, no, I got to run in the office. I got to do I'm going flying on Saturday for that helicopter recce I was telling you about.
Yeah.
So I got to get the final flight plan all made up and everything like that over to the helicopter company. So I'll be doing that in the morning and talking to the boss, and then after lunch I'll be free all day.
Okay.
Speaking of that helicopter recce, what I'll do is I'll clear the memory on my phone, and I'll shoot some video.
All right.
And I've got absolutely no idea how to upload that kind of stuff, But if you're
I can call you
interested,
on your computer, and then I can tell you how to do it.
Or I could just send you the card. Whoever wants it, Benzo, whoever wants it, I could send you the files.
Okay.
And you guys could upload them and say, here's a little bit of, I don't know.
I was watching where they fly above the treetops and they're clipping for gold.
Mm-hmm.
I still find that to be interesting.
Treetops, yeah. Well, we won't be at treetop level for sure, but we'll be probably 300 feet the whole way.
No, I'm talking about when they're
3 hours.
when they're collecting the samples.
Yeah, they're sampling the treetops. Yeah, no, yeah. I get it. Yeah,
that's cool. One wrong little scoop and dip, and you're in the freaking trees. That guy's got to have a steady hand.
Especially with your tail rotor. If the tree 12 feet behind you is 100 years older than the tree you're sampling right in front of you, you just automatically turn into a toaster and
start spinning. Start spinning so you drop.
That's it.
Hopefully the trees are tall enough to slow you down.
The number of times I've had to open up my door and look out the door and talk to the pilot as to guide him where his tail rotor was, I can't count. But we all made it out safe, so that's the most important thing.
You'd think they'd have rear view mirrors. I mean,
they do. They have a little tiny one right down underneath the pilot's chin bubble. They've got a rear view mirror.
Hmm.
But the truth is that when you're coming into those teeny tiny little holes,
Yeah.
he's worried about the tips of his rotors hitting friggin' trees.
Yeah.
You know, so he's more worried about where the disc is.
Yeah.
And if he's got an extra dude that said, okay, swing your tail left, because he always talking pilot's term, you know, pilot,
Yeah.
short pilot's left, bring your tail left 3 feet. Okay, boop, he'll come. Okay, you're good. Your tail's good. Okay, and then he can set it down. So it's a coordination thing when you're setting down in the bush, where there's no prepared pad.
Found it.
You know, they could always rappel you down and have you cut a pad.
Yeah, I did that when I was much younger, but you know, I'm older now and crusty.
You gonna sing for the people? You ready?
Reg, as the geologist, I am the co-pilot. So whether I got a back, I'd rather fuck the backup camera. I'd rather just open the goddamn door of the helicopter and look straight out the back and see where that rotor's spinning. It's a lot easier. Reg says if they have backup cameras for cars, no reason they can't monitor the tail rotors in the same nature.
Yeah.
But yeah. The big difference is if you fuck up with your backup camera on your car, you put a dent in your bumper. If you fuck up with the backup camera on a helicopter, you die. And you know,
You Kobe Bryant, and that's all there is to it.
pick one. Yeah, I'd rather call that one visually. Thank you very much. Yeah. If the pilot doesn't push the rudder pedal enough, that's his problem. But yeah, we'll die. Oh, proximity alarm. I did, Moto. I did. One time, Moto's asking if I ever did hard rock prospecting in BC. Yes, I did. I believe the place was called Alice Arm. It was when I was very young, near Antiochs, at a place called Red Bluff, I think. We had to fly. We flew out of Stewart, BC. No. Yes. I was in Prince George. We went north to, I think it was Stewart, maybe? No. Then we flew out anyway. We flew over the Cambria ice fields and down into the Red Bluff where guys have been prospecting. It was a copper job. Guys have been prospecting there for copper. They found some. We found some really nice samples on their waste tips, but there was never a mine there. Your Moto Mine is saying he was wondering if I held hard rock claims here and what I have to do to maintain one. Assays that get expensive. Assays aren't really that expensive. Like if you're looking for gold, I mean, a gold fire assay is about $16 a pop. I don't know what the rules are in BC, but for a single claim in Ontario, you have to perform $400 worth of work on it per year, and you just have placer claims. Well, that makes it even more. But you can apply your. I don't know if you can apply your time getting there and that kind of thing, but you could apply a certain number of days of work at a certain value against it.
What's up, Johnny Small Pepper?
And
Hey, Johnny.
that would be how you would hold it. You could ask a geologist to come out for a day and then make out some deal with them where he hands you an invoice for $500 and you pay him with beers and steaks or something like that, and you write that down, and that's not completely kosher, but there's ways to get around it.
See if there was any gold in the cons. I scooped up as much as I could in the baby claw.
If you just have placer claims, you shouldn't worry about assays anyway.
No, I was thinking he was talking about for obtaining a hard rock.
Yeah, working hard rock, it would have to be sampling, mapping. You can walk around and scrape the moss off of outcrops and generate a map, which you'll have to put that together, and you'll have to submit that as part of your report. There could be some samples. It could just be 3-4 guys out there walking around prospecting for 3 days. Make a map, come up with it, whatever the cost for that is, and as long as that cost meets your minimum requirement payment, you're good to go.
Super fine gold that was in there. There's got to be some gold in this, and there's quite a bit of super fine gold in this claw that I scooped out of the bottom there, out of the mat.
It's that Moto Mining message retracted. Did Reg just cut him off?
No, he removed his message. I think he's trying to rephrase what he was saying.
Gotcha.
Sure.
And I didn't take a snuffer down there and sniff the bottom or anything. I just scooped up with my hand and shook it real quick with this right here. Is the light right? And flashed. A little bit of gold in that. But that's the super fine.
Wow.
Well, there's quite a bit of it. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see. Where's the camera?
Yeah, I can
see that.
Just a trace up there. Wow.
I mean, it's 1,000 pieces of
powder.
Super fine powder.
That's why the old timers use mercury. Right there.
But I think I still got 99% of it, because that don't really weigh anything.
Oh, I'm sure you did by weight. Yeah. I mean,
there's a lot of pieces. I was surprised, and I didn't really scrape the bottom too good or anything. But I just scraped up as much as I could.
Have you ever looked at the super fine gold under your microscope?
Oh, I got the Let's look at the gold show. Oh, there's JP. What happened?
I don't know.
It went
Glad
to
to
a
see you
Wayland and then it went away.
Yeah, it just went away. I don't.
Here is the link, everybody. Call in and add to the fun.
Pepper.
Everybody's falling off. It's getting late at night. It's fine. But we're about to dry that gold out. There was gold in those tailings there, JP, quite a bit.
A little bit.
A little bit.
What's up, Gold Pro Unlimited?
Gold Pro Unlimited. How you doing?
What's up, GP?
GoPro.
This is Gold Show Gold.
Yeah, that stuff's madness, man. That's once in a lifetime gold.
No, that's once till next year. That's gold bag gold. You can order it. Yeah, he was out going out dumping them out. Played a video earlier. It was Kevin Hoagland going out, just dumping out a half ounce. A couple hours later, another half ounce.
Oh, that's placer gold. That's not. I thought you were showing a close up of one of the specimens there.
No. That was one of Dave's specimens. It'd be like 3 grams.
Mm-hmm.
I saw one of them, and it was definitely about almost 5 times over spot for the crystallized gold specimens. I don't know if that's what they go for, but
Yeah, no, I mean they're totally when you get, especially when you get over a gram, and if they're crystalline, even. I mean, it's what's the collector willing to pay for it?
Yo.
You know.
I didn't think it'd be that high of a spot.
Oh yeah. That's
Yeah,
like,
Remember, spot's irrelevant.
Dave was selling
I
that
mean,
shit for like
because-
thousands of dollars. There was one that was like 2 grams. It was like $7 grand.
Yeah,
$7,000 for this.
right.
specimen.
Yeah.
It's how pretty it looks,
Like,
right?
You
Crazy.
see the one shaped like a 7 in the video, JP?
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Remember
That was
that
probably like
this
10 grand.
this gold is not pure gold. So, I mean, spot applies to 24 karat gold. So,
Yeah.
you know, the value, this gold's probably
I mean,
10% silver.
There's no gold that's pure.
So
10%.
yeah. The purest gold I ever saw placer wise was in Bonanza Creek in the Yukon. It was 98% pure. I did a study recently because I had a client up in Alaska,
That
and
one's pretty
Alaskan
cool right there.
Alaskan placer gold goes anywhere from about sort of 95% pure all the way down to 50%, where it's 50-50 silver with gold.
Mhm.
So, you know, comparing, that's a big beef I got with like these TV shows where they're going like, he produced 400 ounces. That's $800,000 worth of gold. It's like, my ass, it's $800,000 worth of gold. Finally, first, it's not all the way clean. And secondly, there's probably 14% goddamn silver in it, you know?
Mhm.
So, yeah. So it's at the end of the day, a beautiful specimen is worth what somebody wants to pay for it.
Yeah.
And hey, you know what? If that happens to be 3 times the spot price of gold, then God bless them. You know?
I was okay with 3 at times, but when I was seeing them like 5, 6 times, I was like, wow, it's just like 2 grand. 2 grams.
Yeah.
Is, I mean,
Well, during your show there, when you were showing,
it's more of a rare collectible mineral type thing. Yeah.
Sure, exactly. Like when during your show when you were showing yourself at the gold show there, and they had those beautiful specimens that
Oh man.
they dissolved the quartz with hydrofluoric acid, and the gold was all standing out on the sides of it. Like we used to do that up at the Red Lake mine, and we sold them online.
Yeah.
And those kind of specimens, we used to call them Eric Clapton specimens, because like, you know, to us geologists, Eric Clapton was the only guy that could actually afford to pay for them. You know, you know, Jeff Bezos or whatever. But back then we were all rockers. So, thing is that, but yeah, I mean, they're you could have $5,000 worth of gold there, but the specimen's worth $45,000, just purely
What
for
happened to Eric
uniqueness,
Clapton?
right? I don't know. I think he's just retired and he's sitting on his laurels.
And I don't know if I'd really call Eric Clapton rocking.
His old stuff.
Definitely
rock.
He's definitely rocking, man.
Rocking in the free world?
No, come on. Gee whiz, Jericho. You're too young.
When I think of rocking, I'm thinking Metallica, Motley Crue.
That's hard rock. I'm talking classic. Look up Cream.
So here's the.
That's a good song.
Oh.
Cream's song. It was a band, and it included Eric Clapton.
Derek and the Dominoes.
Derek and the Dominoes. There's another one. Like all those songs. All those songs you heard. Those songs you heard. Cocaine, After Midnight, Lay Down Sally. All those songs, they weren't written by Eric Clapton, but they were played by Eric Clapton. They were written by J.J. Cale, who is one of the finest guitar pickers in the entire world.
Okay, we got the overs.
And I was referring to the cash rules everything around me cream.
Mm-hmm.
It was 1/8 inch. I doubt there's gold in that.
You get a big, now jig it. You just got to jig it. You get a big honking nugget out of there, I'm going to choke.
And there's our material. So, there's bound to be a little bit of gold in there, right? Some's in the snuffer. I did do some speed pens at the end there, and I wasn't being really thorough with my panning. I was just panning in the bucket. So there we go. Brush.
Be at Rock Butcher. It'd probably be easier whenever you're ready to shoot the breeze tomorrow, just to call me.
Shoot the moon.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do.
Yes. Look at all the little bubbles.
Oh, Long Toss Sally, that was Little Richard Moto Mining. Mustang Sally, that was
Lay down, Sally.
Lay Down Sally. So Mustang Sally, Long Toss Sally, and Lay Down Sally.
Sally's going on. I don't know what they're talking about. I'm good. Check it out.
What are you running now, Benzo? This is your. That's not plus 1/8 inch, is it?
I think that's his cons.
Ding, 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 ding. All right. Be right back. Beer run.
You should just get one of the micro fridges and put it on your desk.
I'm in the
It'd
dining
be
room.
more fuel efficient.
Yeah, if I were downstairs at my main computer table, the beer fridge is right next door.
Do you like micro brews?
Yeah, I'm always up to trying a new brew.
Say we can do a little tour. I'd say, well, it takes all friggin' day, but to hit all 11 breweries,
Oh, the
all
puppy
microbrews that are
dogs.
right here,
Oh yeah,
you'd be good and hammered by the end of the day.
I guess so. Gold Pro Unlimited has just typed in chat. Where does one acquire hydrofluoric acid?
Google.
Don't even Gold Pro. Don't even go there.
Yeah, that one's dangerous.
It's
It's
expensive.
yeah, but it's also wicked dangerous.
Yes.
Unless you're doing it in a lab environment. Like for example, if you think you're being smart and you're going to contain it in a cordingware pot or something like that, hydrofluoric acid eats cordingware pots. So anything with silica in it, it just destroys it. So yeah, don't. Am I sure? I don't think so. Yeah, I'm fucking sure.
Shit, I
No,
just
it's
got
not.
both of those
Oh, I
snuffer
see.
bottles in here too.
He was saying it's muriatic acid. No. You're right, Gold Pro. It's not. Muriatic acid is hydrochloric acid, HCl. Hydrofluoric acid is like HF. I want to say
CL.
HF. No. NO3 or something like that.
FOH.
Hydrofluoric acid. Here I am a geochemist and I got to look the fucking thing up. Pardon my-
HF.
It's just HF?
Yep.
Okay. Yes. Nasty stuff. It's got like, I don't know if you're into Wimmis or not, but it's got 5 hazard statements, and then it's got about 30 precautionary
Ooh, I saw
statements
gold.
attached to it. Yeah. HCl
Now,
will not dissolve quartz.
did you know that HCl is considered a stronger acid than hydrofluoric acid?
No, all acids, the strength is measured in molarity. I mean, acids are all strong or weak, but it depends on what they specifically attack. Yeah. And anybody who plays around with piranha acid is an idiot. So HCl will not dissolve the quartz away.
It smells like rotten eggs.
Yes.
We use muriatic acid to clean out sewer drains, and that stuff is terrible.
Yeah. Muriatic acid is that's hydrochloric acid.
Mm-hmm.
HCl.
It stinks.
Mm-hmm.
It's good for some things. It ruins other things.
Yeah.
You use it, Johnny Small, you use it to clean out your ready mix trucks because hydrochloric acid will destroy carbonate, CaCO3, which is a major component of cement. And it dissolves it. So like the other night I was talking to Jeff, he had these beautiful samples of these fossils which were standing up proud on this limestone, and I told him, well, if you take some hydrochloric acid diluted way down like to 5% and just test your fossil, if the fossil does not fizz, then take the whole rock, stick it in a bucket, and dump in a jug of muriatic acid you buy at Home Depot or whatever, and that will eat away the entire rock.
Yeah.
And it will leave your perfectly preserved fossils behind.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
But the fossils need to be like not reactive to hydrochloric acid, which is why you got to test the fossil first with a little bit of dilute acid to see. Because sometimes fossil replacement is silica or quartz,
Yeah.
chalcedony, whatever. And chalcedony does not react with hydrochloric acid.
This is one of my favorites.
Yes, Three Tips does have some interesting videos, but
He's also got professional equipment there. It looks like.
Yeah.
Goods,
he's got everything he needs to do it correctly,
saws,
safely,
and respirators. Yeah.
effectively.
I think he's also kind of crazy because he complains in chat about being seriously broke, and at the same time he brags about how he pays people near spot for the jewelry that he buys off of them to refine. So
Yeah. And then when he turns around and sells it on his eBay page, it's
he asked for
40% above spot.
or 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one gold bar, it wasn't even, I think it was 15.5 grams, and he wanted almost $3,000 for it. I was like,
Yeah.
nah.
Yeah. Well, he was Navy. You know, the Navy guys weren't that smart.
Good guy. This is awesome.
A chemical sales store, Gold Pro. If you really want to play with it, you'd have to go to a chemical sales store. But you probably have to have some licensing.
Yeah, GoPro, I have no idea. You'd have to
Google it.
Google it. But, I mean, be prepared to burn a hole through your house. It is truly nasty stuff.
Surprised I started
So
doing
is
that.
that what you use to do the etching and patterns on concrete floors?
Hydrochloric would, yeah, muriatic would.
Okay.
Yeah. Hydrofluoric would do etching on glass if you diluted it down enough.
What's up, backyard prospecting?
What's happening, backyard?
Like I'm GoPro. I'm serious, man. I am a geochemist with 32 years of fucking experience in the field, and if I don't have to deal with hydrofluoric acid, I don't. Like I don't go out looking for opportunities to use it. If you know what I mean. Like that shit scares me, man. So, I mean, I'll use hydrochloric all day, but hydrofluoric, man, holy crap, man.
We got the link up there. We're just having a chill out, running some material, letting the one thing dry. We pan some of that, testing this equipment out, and the tailings did show quite a lot of pieces of that super fine.
No, mercury doesn't scare me, Moto.
No. Mercury salts.
I just don't use it, but it doesn't scare me. Lick it. You first, backyard prospecting.
All right, Benzo, I'm gonna head out.
All right.
Out and chat. Rock Butcher. I'll talk to you tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, take it easy, Jericho. I'll give you a call tomorrow sometime.
JP, can't see you or hear you, but if you're still there later. All right, YouTube.
Take them easy.
Good
Those
night.
flakes of gold in that. That might be too big for this loose pitch. This piece of lead just sitting there too. And down the bottom, there's a lot of gold in these scoops. Oh, look at that gold. Woo. You see it.
Yeah, moto mining. I used to recover a lot of mercury when I was doing some placer mining down in Ecuador in South America, and it was from all the operations upstream that were using it and losing it for whatever reason. So we would just kind of keep it all together, and I don't know if they ever did retort it or what, but we just keep it all in a jar. Vendetta's making nitric acid.
Well, all I can make is methane.
Pardon me. I just made some methane right there. You hear that?
And clean, ladies and gentlemen. And there is gold on. I don't ever find that much gold. Man. Look at that. Oh, you can't see it. So that other gold, I'm gonna check on to see how dry that is. Now we're gonna wash this bad boy out.
Johnny, that's a good question. It depends on the population size of the gold grains. If 100% of the gold grains are really, really fine, then he would probably lose about 30% of them, or maybe more. It's a moving target. There's every project you work on is different. The mineralogy is different. The grain sizes are different. You know, assuming you got the perfect angle on it, you'll never get 100% out of a sluice. Never ever. Backyard prospect, say 43%. I don't disagree with you if it's fine. Yeah.
Really? I see a low number. Very low number.
See, the trick would be then to the way you would determine that is you would take, once you were done recovering your gold, you would take your tailings that are left over, dry them right out, weigh them, and then send them off for fire assay. And then use that number to do the math to figure out how much you lost.
Some of those big plants down in Australia, I see they're running freaking crazy plants down there. Yeah, you got some wash plants, but you got the blowers. And then there's that one guy. What's he using?
Those blowers
Cyanide?
those blowers are losing at least 50% of their gold. They're losing all the fine gold, every bit of it, and they're only catching the coarse stuff. The guys using cyanide will catch all the fine gold, but cyanide is really shitty. As soon as you start getting little nuggets, it's really crappy at actually dissolving that.
Oh.
What Vendetta's saying, no way.
Yeah, those cyanide tanks. sketch.
Did you assay your tailings, Vendetta? I don't think so. Did you assay your tailings, Vendetta?
Does it pay?
Assay costs $16.
Assay your tailings?
Yep.
For what?
To see how much you're losing.
You just pan them again, and I'll tell you. That'd be easier, and it wouldn't cost me $16.
No, it doesn't, because the superfines that are going off that are attracted to the clay particles and that they'll go off every time you pan it.
I mean, that's why we pan it into a safety pan, man.
Yeah, but that's what big mining operations do.
We should call you Professor Rock Butcher, because you know everything.
Professor Rock Butcher.
You don't get it, JP. What I'm saying.
I just get that you just try to know everything, man. That's all.
I don't. I'm telling you can pan into your safety pan as many times as
you
want.
Look at that gold.
And as long as your gold is still attached to the clay, it's still going to come out of your pan the next time you pan it.
Yeah, that's why you don't get rid of it. You just keep panning it. You know, you can get rid of clay; it goes away. You add enough water to it, it goes away. There's your gold.
All right, buddy.
Not hard to do.
You keep doing what you do.
You know, we're all about having fun with our dirt around here. Ben's will buy dirt just to play with dirt. He likes it.
Yeah, that dirt was tailings from. Y'all hear the rain? It just started raining like hell.
Yeah. Sulfide, just smoke them, melt them down. Vendetta, just smoke them into a medallion. I'm going to send Vendetta enough stuff he's going to be able to make me a gold Vendetta channel round. I mean, I already sent him like a lot of gold, so maybe he'd get me potatoes. I didn't use the potato to melt gold. Come on, we're backwoods here. We aren't professional.
Nope, I'm just an enthusiast. But you know what?
8+ grams. Look at that.
That was more gold now than we didn't. But that was a snuffer too. So I think I got all the snuffer bottles in the container. Except for that one. I don't know what the hell is in it. Oh, that was what I missed out of the other bag. Okay. All right. Because I've been on a tear for gold bags. And I told you I'll start sharing some more lately. Start sharing some more of what I'm doing in these gold bags. That's got a little bit of fine gold in it. So there that is. Can I hear the rain?
You gonna weigh that up yet, man?
I'm gonna go check it here. I gotta put the ears off to check it. I'm gonna dump this out.
Clay can capture the superfines not easily. Clay will capture anything though. It's like Freddie Dodd's always talking about a flop. Keep water clean. The clay sucks. Dude, I could make money off my ranch concert.
But some of my best days have been through clay. Some of my other best days have not been clay. It's been more like the loose stuff. One time I found this loose gray clay. It looked like
I know
wood
I've been
clay,
doing it
but
wrong.
it just melted and it was full of
Rock
gold
salt.
flakes and pyrite. It was awesome. What do you think?
I think that's a little bit of gold.
You hit 1.1? I don't think so. There's a
All right,
couple
Josh,
little
small
chunkier
pepper.
pieces.
Looks
Hey,
Looks good, Benzel.
I think we're going to go check that little pan. And the dogs are waiting patiently because I still have one piece of meat left. And, they think they're entitled to some of my meat, though. But where are your dogs?
They're right here.
All right. Yeah, okay. You can leave it.
Bill's on the bed. Waylon's on the floor.
Rig, what's happening?
Won't
8+ grams of milk. I don't know.
Yeah,
I was thinking about like a custom bag, like a
that's how much I got. That's how much I've sent Vendetta already.
5 gram, 10-pound bag. Okay,
Of what?
5 gram, 5-pound bag. There we go. Order one of those custom from Vendetta, like later on.
Oh, you're gonna order one.
Maybe. I like fun.
Well, hell, Reg wants to assay the clay too. I don't even want to see the clay. Y'all can do what you want with the clay. Half the time we don't even process the clay.
If it's slimy, I don't. If it's rocky, I
Yeah.
break it
If
down.
it doesn't have gravels in it, we don't even mess with it. We throw it back in the creek.
I've spent time testing it several times, and it's not. You might be able to find a few dots that were stuck in there, but it's not worth the time. But what's in this Falcon pan? That's a big mystery. There's some bits of gold.
I have clay as hard as concrete on my new claim.
Concrete clay, huh?
I'm gonna roll out of here. See everybody later.
Let's find that gold.
That's it. I wasn't going to get into an argument with him, Reg. Reg just commented he misunderstood. We're
Gold still ain't
not
dry
asked.
because it
We're
started
not
raining.
accessing the
And
clay.
nothing going dry right now, guys.
Just meaning that it works like a magnet for fine gold. Oh, there you go. That was the point I was trying to make, was that individual clay particles are really, really small, and you picture them like a playing card, like a deck of cards, one card. And the corners, they're so small that those corners develop positive and negative static charges. And really small gold will attach itself statically to that clay particle. And the clay particle will carry it over. And you can pan it out of your tailings as many times as you want, and you will never, ever recover it. Which is why I said, if you want a true understanding of what your recovery in your sluice box is, you have to assay your tailings. End of story. 32 years worth of fucking mining experience there. If you want to take it, take it. If you want to disagree, Bob's your uncle.
Yeah, if I own me a claim, I'd want to know all that stuff. That'd be sure. That'd be good to know if I was in it like that. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to get me a dryer out here to dry this gold over there. It was catching some of that wind. It is still not even close to being dry. It is still wet. Now, it needs a lot of help if it seems like if it's going to get over 1.5 grams. It really just does not look like 1.5 grams.
Looks like a fair bit.
Yeah. It's just not going to dry out here with the rain falling. All right. The rain has stopped. It sounds like the worst of it's over. I'm going to get rid of these dogs while I can. Entice them with this last little piece of bristle. Come on, there's a cat stuck out there.
Moto mining, you're asking if you should run your black sand concentrates for assay. Do not do that, because a lot of those black sands, they contain gold in really, really fine, minute quantities, and you're going to get a result that's going to tell you you're losing gold, when in reality, you're not, because you would have to grind those. It would cost you more to grind the black sand down to a fine enough powder to release that gold than it would for the value of the gold. So don't analyze your black sand. It's just going to fool you.
Back, ladies and gentlemen, the rain has stopped for the moment. The dogs are back out of there, and the meat is all gone.
I'm putting in
We're
the
ready to
garden.
shut this. We're ready to shut this thing down because this gold is not going to dry here. I'm going to have to get a specialized device. I think I'm going to have to hurry up to hit 1.5 grams. I did check the tailings there, and all I did get was a small little pinch of powder that would not add up to anything.
Good job.
But you know how this fine gold is deceptive and deceiving.
Yep. Nicely done.
But yeah, that's a good bag. That is a difficult bag. That is Gold Nugget Cells. Double back diamond, experts only. Bag. I was testing out the new mat and its capture rate tonight, guys. He always signs the bag. It's a nice touch.
Seems like it did pretty good. You gonna switch your camera to yourself? Because I got something to show you.
I can still see you. I can see
okay.
You right
Earlier today, when we saw you, my daughters saw your T-shirt. It says "Wanted" and it's got the Grogu on it.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, and they thought that I should just show you this guy.
Yeah, I had one last year and made a video with them for Star Wars Day. It's pretty silly.
My youngest daughter took him to school today in her in a little poncho. They're a little pouch that she carried in front of her all day long. So they had a good time.
Nice.
Right on.
Nice. I'm gonna show a little gold. There's a little gold in those. Got yellow gold.
Reg,
Just
your
a little
black
bit.
sand question is just throw your black sand out and walk away.
Do what?
Oh, Reg was asking me if it's easier to take the black sands that do have gold in them and cook off the sulfides using basic flux, blah, 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 and refine it and extract it. And the answer to that is no. I've been involved with three, as a matter of fact, black sands projects around the world, 2 in South America, 1 in Australia. And the only one that worked was the one in Australia, and they didn't even bother roasting it. They just pulled the titanite out and used it to refine titanium. So, sorry, Benzo, I just
That's all right. That's good.
answering Reg there.
Yeah. Well, titanium's a good byproduct, right? There you go.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, Reg, it's just not, it's not economically viable. You spend more money getting it out than you do putting it in. I've seen things where it was like the resource present was billions of dollars worth of platinum, palladium, titanium, and all that kind of stuff. And then when you actually dig down into it and figure out how much it's going to cost you in order to get those minerals out, it's like trillions. So it doesn't work.
Trillions.
Yeah, it's like nuts. Yeah, the ones in South America were huge, and it's like not worth it. For every $10 in platinum you're gonna spend $20 to get it out. Long story short.
Well, that don't add up.
Nope. Yes, Reg, I have seen MBMMLLC's content. I follow it and I comment on it quite often. I think he and I are very, very similar people. We both have a background in mining and in chemistry as well. I'd like to meet him actually in person. I think we'd have a lot of fun.
Okay. I think I got all the snuffer bottles empty for once. Now I got so many. Yay, they're empty. Just gotta let all this stuff dry out. Use my neodymium and get the last bit of black sands that sticks with it. Mine, I can get most of it. Some people will say, boom, you get this magnet near it and it just jumps out. It's like, wow, hold on. There's going to be gold in there when it jumps out that fast.
That's it. The trick with the magnet, I found, you got to go a couple of times, like pick it up, put it down. Pick the same spot up again, put it down. Pick the same spot up, put it down. Pick the same spot. And you still lose gold because it's still trapped up in there.
Mm-hmm.
Pain in the ass.
This way I found was in lines.
You should try that. Try that copper plate thing I mentioned to you.
Yeah, I don't have too much to process to warrant such a endeavor. But I mean, this right here is starting to dry out now. It's starting to click around. As it clicks around, it'll dry even quicker. Start flipping over.
I suppose the difference really is that, like the people that were doing it on the copper plate were looking to make it as pure as possible because they were selling it to the central bank. Whereas, if you're looking at just kind of getting it as clean as you possibly can, and then passing it on in a a pay dirt bag or something like that. That's a little different. So, I look at everything from an economic point of view. I'm sorry.
Everything that I dig out wild, I save.
Yeah.
Unless
Well,
you're
I'll tell
lucky
you,
enough to get a wild bag gifted from me, that's the only time I get rid of any.
this job I'm going on this summer, the big one. I'm running a bunch of different projects this summer, but the big one just east of here, I plan to be out there panning with the guys steady because we're going to do stream sediment sampling, and if I find a bunch of gold there, I'll snuffer it up and I'll save it for one of you guys. When we get to meet, I'll pass it off to you to put it into the stream.
Yeah, I will not be at Flash Bash this year. Sadly, I will not be making the journey. I hope to be able to make some of the adventures this year, but I definitely won't be making all of them. I'll be hopefully going on some of my own as well as the year goes by. I hope to get more into the swing of prospecting. Truthfully, today I went out prospecting, didn't feel too good, and wasn't finding no gold. And as I started finding a little bit, I started feeling better, and the better I felt, the more gold I found, and the more gold I found, the better I felt. And by the time I left that place, I was happy mode.
Right on. Right on. That's what it's all about. Yeah. Good. It's the spirit of the whole thing, So you're out there, beautiful place, beautiful water, peaceful, and you're making money from nothing.
I
Is
wanted
the
to
way I
move
look at it.
or test other places or anything, but my theory was is if once I got down far enough, if I go back to that spot and work it, I think what I'll do is I'll just take my big hand grate and my claw and just fill that thing up right there and shake it right back in the hole a few times, and I'll shovel all that stuff up later, and just to get that overburden working, because there's a couple feet of bigger rocks. It's just a bunch of bullshit. Just screen that shit out of your way and just screen it back into the hole. And just keep on going, and then go in with a shovel and just get it all out.
Yeah, right on.
I don't know. It's a theory.
That's cool. No, it's beautiful. Yeah,
Instead of putting all, it's like there's just so many big rocks to put in your classifier. It slows you down.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. It's always, and those are the best spots to be looking too, is where you got all them big rocks.
A lot of grapefruit, orange golf ball size. A good classifier. If you get a good scoop, I mean, it's a sticky scoop, so it's a big shovelful. You put it on there, and your half-inch classifier is like, after you wash it, it's still quite full of rock.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's the right kind of place to be looking because then, at least if you've got, even bigger than grapefruit size, like if you're looking at football size, rocks and that kind of thing, then, that kind of energy environment, there's no clay there. The clay's buggered off downstream, a couple of miles.
But there was.
So, but
there was.
You should. Well, maybe you get a little bit like at
28 inches.
Low stream.
I was starting to hit some, but I was hitting pockets of organic too.
Yeah, 28
so this is
inches
a part
of
where,
clay.
At 28 inches down is where I was hitting clay, almost 2 foot down, or 24, 25 inches, about 2 foot down. I was hitting clay, but I think it's a part where the creek bed has been working across from left to right, and this is on the left side, and I just think it's just down there, deteriorated bedrock and clay.
So you're facing downstream, and
on the right hand side.
The streams been working towards the right,
Twist stream seems like it's been eaten towards the left.
to the left. Okay. And where are you
Sloped.
picking your? Yeah.
Uh,
And where are you picking your gravel? On the left side or the right side?
Right of center. Left side. Well, left side's been worked. It was great. The right.
Uh-huh.
We're on the right, and turning out the right side's got material now. But it's deep. The theory was that it was down deep, and so far it's panned
'Cause-
out.
Yeah. So if you're facing downstream and the creek is prograding left, is moving left over time, then you're gonna have sediment sitting on the right, superficial sediments and that kind of thing. And as the rate of flow slows down, you're getting the clay on the right hand side?
We get
24 inches?
the further, if you're looking downstream, the further to the right you went, the deeper the clay is. To the left, it was shallower.
24 inches. That might be a glacial thing.
No glaciers here. It's just like
No.
deteriorated bedrock and deteriorated argillite.
Have you dug below the clay? What's underneath the clay?
More clay so far.
No, all the way down. Like
In
dig,
different
dig,
places,
dig, dig, dig.
sometimes you hit bedrock. Sometimes you just hit more clay and you can't hit
So
bottom.
it's clay to bedrock.
Usually. But I was hitting pockets of some serious organic stuff. I mean, massive amounts of leaves and sticks, and then all of a sudden back to hard clay. It was very strange.
That's when you find that in clay beds, it's usually like a flood event
Yeah,
that's
what I was
happened,
thinking.
like a big storm.
But usually when you get in it, you stay in it. It was strange that it was just like,
It could be pockets and channels. Like
where's my piece of
I did there was a similar kind of unrelated, but similar thing in Turkey where I was looking at. These guys claimed they had a graphite deposit, and what it turned out to be was the exact same thing as what you found, except it was old enough that the leaves and the branches and that had all been turned to graphite by metamorphism.
Wow.
And it was all just little pockets and picture Hurricane Katrina in the Mississippi Delta, and you get this organics all flowing down the river, and they all get trees and leaves and branches and all this shit get deposited in all these holes, and then they get covered up with more sand and silt, and and that's it. So it wasn't cool. Yeah. But if you got bedrock at the bottom of that clay, I wouldn't go beyond that clay. I mean, that's where you're going to stop. The only reason I asked was because I've worked a couple of placer operations before where we had clay layers where there had been like a high energy environment at first, which brought the gold down along the bedrock. And then for whatever reason, Mother Nature had decided to slow the water right down or create a lake or something like that. And there'd been a period where clay got deposited, and then there'd been another high energy deposit that came over so quickly that it actually buried the clay instead of wearing it away, and laid another deposit of gold on top of that. And so you could actually, if you mined down to the clay and stopped, you could actually be missing more stuff that was below that.
Yeah, I got one place I was working, and it was more like a flood impact. And at the very top was the best buckets, but as you go down, the pieces get less and less, but they get larger, but not large still. They go from fines to flecks, But I don't know how far down it goes.
Yeah.
Does it all just peter out? Does it hit just a massive clay layer? Does it?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you might have to bring in an excavator or something like that, or
I wish I could.
And dig right through it.
That's a good idea. I'd do that. Yeah.
to see what.
I don't
How
know. It
deep
might
it
have hit a
goes.
gram and a half. It didn't look like it at first, but now I got it all cleaned up here. It's looking like quite a bit. Okay, I got it cleaned up. Oh, we're gonna get a little scaly thing and fire up the scales. Boom, boom, boom. Looks like we're gonna get there. Okay. Oh, it's not wanting to zero out. There's something touching it. All right, let's try it again. All right, there we go. We got a different tray. We're going in with the gold. We're looking for 1.5, ladies and gentlemen. There's the first grains. The scale has moved. We're at 0.2.
Your camera's not
0.3.
on your scale.
I wouldn't look see it anyway. 0.7. 0.8. Oh, I better hurry up. 0.9. 1. Oh, 1 point. It better hurry up. 1.2. 1.3. Oh, that is a terrible capture rate. Oh, it's supposed to be 1.5.
Did you know for a fact there was 1.5 in there?
There's a bag, so it's supposed to be guaranteed 1.5 plus in there, and I ran it over that new mat. Took my time with it. I picked up some of the tailings, and I panned out
And
quite a little.
you only got a couple flecks when you repanned it.
Well, the tail, I panned it like 6 times to get all the gold out of the material,
Yeah.
but when I picked up the tailings and panned them, I got a layer of flour gold the size of a dime.
Mm.
So this wasn't a test on their material or how hard it was. I guess it is. It's also a test on how that mat's going to recover the fine gold.
I don't know, man. That really fine gold. The really super fine gold doesn't add up to a lot of weight.
Right.
So, I mean, it is what it is, man. You get they thought there was 1.5 grams in there, and maybe there wasn't. You can run it
I
all,
don't know.
run it all again, and see what you get.
Yeah, scrape up the tailings now, and all those other tailings on top of it.
In my business, we'd say it's not worth our time to run the tailings again because we got pay dirt to run, you know?
Yeah. There's a 1/4 gram sitting in that tub still. Is that what we're saying? Because that's not a very good recovery. Pretty disappointed, really. I mean, if it was like 1.45, I'd have been like, okay, we lost a tiny bit.
Mm-hmm. Well, pack it up, dry it out, save it, and try it again on some different mat when you get a chance and see what the heck you get out of that. And you can say, well, that one's better than this one.
Yeah, this is supposed to be the best of the best. Got some dirt on my face. Probably some of the gold in there. It's supposed to be the best of the best for catching that fine stuff. And it did okay for what I ran. I thought I got really good recovery for what I brought home for Creek Cons and ran that. But,
Yeah.
I don't have that 200, 300 mesh here, really. My fine gold is, the fine gold that's, 22 karat is a little easier to capture than the fine gold that's 14 to 16 karat for sure.
Sure.
Mine seems to be a little bit more irregular shaped, and it's easier to catch than the flat little flat pieces, the glacial teal, the pounded flat pieces. Sometimes they're a little difficult to catch.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
mean,
those are the ones I was talking about earlier, that they're so fine and they're so small that they actually stick to the clay. And no matter how much you pan it, it still goes out because the clay goes out,
yeah,
you know, and you just, what can you do? And no matter, you could put all the soap in the world you want in there. Soap is a, surfactant, but it doesn't solve the static electricity problem. And that's something you just can't get past
yeah.
unless unless you smelt it. you know. But who wants to smelt all their tailings, right? You're not going to make any
Well,
money doing that either.
what were those giant cones? You know about the giant cones in Australia? And
Yeah,
they
I've
did like,
seen it.
yeah, like just the tip of it was gold. I mean, I've seen people do like smeltings and do the cone thing and then pop it off and everything, but we're talking like golf ball size at the most. The whole cone's that size, but these
Mhm.
things, I mean, they're massive. They're absolutely massive.
Yeah,
Can you imagine? And you see where it's broke, and it's like, was it really like 20 kilograms of gold on top of that thing when they made that? What? What? Wow.
yeah. At the end of the day, it's a question of how much it would cost you to do that versus what the value you're going to recover is, and you're not going to make money doing it. So it's best just to let it go back in the creek and grow some more. Unless you're into mercury, some of the mercury would be able to, or cyanide. Um,
Yeah. I mean, you can
both
get a
of those
retort,
things come
a
with
good
come with their
retort
own.
for less than $200.
Yeah, just stand upwind. But
Um,
for the amount of money you spend on the retort and on elemental mercury, um, what are you going to recover? I'll tell you a funny story about mercury and retorting and that. When I worked up in the Yukon, outside of Dawson City, one of the guys I worked with, he had an old, there was a prospector's handbook from, the 18 or early 1900s. And there was, they described the potato method for getting your gold out of mercury amalgam. Have you
yeah.
ever heard the potato
Yeah.
method where you
JP
cut the
made a
potato in
video.
half?
He did that.
Oh, did,
Yeah.
did he? Did he?
Made a video. It
And
worked.
okay, and it does. But
No, he
here,
smelted in the potato. He smelted in, or he used the potato as a crucible to
oh,
melt
okay.
the
No,
gold.
the
That's
way
it.
they
But
put
yeah,
it in this was you did the potato up, you tied it up real tight with wire, and then you put it in the embers of the fire, in the campfire, and um and you cooked it, and that would boil off the mercury. And at the end of the day, you pull the thing out, and you know open up your potato, and inside there'd be, right at the bottom of the funniest thing is right at the bottom of the page on this book, it said in big capital letters, it says, "Do not eat the potato,"
yep.
which I thought was hilarious. So
Do not eat the potato in any circumstances.
yeah, yeah,
That will kill you. Potato.
absolutely, stone dead.
Cool. Just cleaning up my mess here, guys. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me tonight. So we got there, and it's not the results we wanted. Sorry, Dream Matt. I picked the hardest one out there, and I guess the 400 mesh gold was a little too much. We caught some of it, but at least it was a little too much for the machine. I am going to clean that machine out, this tub out, and get that material and even though it had some of the creek cons in there too and everything. And clean it all out, and I'm gonna run it again and see
Yeah.
if that quarter gram pops out.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe it will. Maybe it won't. Who
exactly.
knows?
What's the angle on your box?
I never did see the angle. It's not very steep. I could make it a little steeper, but it seemed to be cleaning out fine. And with the fine gold, I didn't want to drop it too much. But
If
the box did look pretty full. I mean, there was so much fine gold. Maybe that bat only holds a gram of fine gold. There's not that many. Don't seem like those. That if you add up all the depressions and holes and stuff, there's really not that much space and cavity. Most of
Gotcha.
it was behind that first riffle,
hmm
so it might have filled up. It might be something you have to
it
clean out
might
a little more often.
you might want to um what did you
Like
classify to in the for your with
the first
what
bag, I didn't classify at all because it looked like it was ready to go. It would everything
hmm
but like one pebble would have just poured through an 1/8 inch easily.
hmm
So, and that's what I classified the other down to
so
as
you
1/8 inch.
classified it down to 1/8 inch? Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean that should be fine.
yeah.
I'm thinking if you're losing super fine stuff, you might try to now that you've gone through it once and you've removed a lot of the heavies, right?
Right.
It should classify easier. Maybe try it, get it up to about 7 degrees, 7.5.
Right.
It's a pretty short run, so even maybe less than that might be better. Like you have to get a square T square on it, and
So the only other classifier I got a little smaller is a 140.
I wouldn't. If you're 1/8, that's fine.
This
That's
guy,
that's
and
groovy.
this is so I can separate my native gold from the flakes and the dust. That's what that
hmm
does.
hmm
That's all it does.
Well, I mean, you could try an experiment. You could run it through the 1/8, and then run it through your other one, and then run the fines by themselves, and then run whatever passed through the 1/8, and toss out whatever was over 1/8. Just scientifically, it'd be
Yeah,
interesting to see.
there's a little bit of gold over there. It'll be dried tomorrow, and I'll clean out this tub probably Monday next week. I'll
Yeah,
put some
right
stickers
on.
on the board. We got a big Patreon draw next week.
Yeah.
We give away a bag of gold. It's gonna be fun.
At the end of the day, it's not gone. It's still there. So,
Right on.
so you'll get it at some point. Brad's asking, does Mercury lose its gold holding capabilities? I have I have no idea, Brad.
Mm,
Uh, I've
even
never
when it kind of gets dry looking, it'll just go to gold like Terminator.
I've never used Mercury myself. I've watched other people use it, and they use it so religiously. I don't think it loses its amalgamating properties.
I don't find the wet shiny pieces of m- mercury gold here. It's like dried, looks like pieces of lead shrapnel.
Exactly.
Sometimes it
That's
is.
what I found. Yeah, when I found it in the creeks in the Amazon, it was like lead, little pieces of bullets.
Well, that's from mine's from prospectors long ago,
Yep.
hitting this up about 200 years ago, about 180, really, 180 years ago.
Yeah.
But there's also places where there's natural mercury deposits.
Yeah, that's pretty rare.
Eh, any mineable large amounts, yeah.
There are. There are. Yeah, no doubt about it. I think
But
Turkey
it's just like,
has some.
there's
Yeah.
silver in our gold here, but you can't mine silver anywhere that I know of on the East Coast. But it's
hmm
in the gold a little bit. Not
Yeah.
even much. There aren't that much silver on the East Coast I know of.
Hmm. Yeah.
It's all in Mexico.
Yeah, I worked a neat job in Mexico where the they've been mining since the 1820s or whatever, and there was this whole series of this whole mountain, all the way from bottom to the top, and the mines in the lower section of the mountain had much higher gold to silver ratios than the mines at the top of the mountain were basically pure silver.
Right.
And that all came down to the pressure and temperature. So what metal comes out at what temperature and what pressure, right? And so the closer to surface it got, the the gold came out first, and then the silver continued on as liquid, and then the silver solidified. But the coolest part of that job was that those those volcanics were 65 million years old. So, and we were up in the north end of Mexico. So that was the eruptions that occurred because of the meteorite impact that extinguished the dinosaurs.
Right on.
And so I tell my kids, I says, yes, your dad has. I have profited directly from the extinction of the dinosaurs. I think that's pretty funny. Anyway,
Lizards
on that
suck.
on that note, partner, I think I'll bid you good night here. I gotta
Yeah, I think I
be
was
up tomorrow
looking for
morning.
something here. And I'm going to shut her down. That's the little cup I was looking for all night. Could never find it. Found it. Cool. All right, we only got a few people in here. I'm going to post that link one more time if anybody wants to have an after party. So have a good night, Rock Butcher. Appreciate
All
you
right,
hanging out
Renzo.
with
Yeah,
us.
yeah. It was a great time talking to you, buddy. We'll see you again for sure. Good night, all.
So that's it, everybody. We did not get a great capture rate on that. I'm quarter gram, and that's not good. So this thing is seems like it's pretty good for my material. What I'm going to be bringing back and running through it, that the flakes and fines are going to be captured, but like the glacial till stuff, it didn't go. I think you'd have to run this again. So yeah, it wasn't pushing much. I had my 900 or 1,000 on there, and I didn't have it wide open. I had it cut down a little bit, and I was just taking my time feeding it there. So I was a little surprised with the outcome. I thought it was going to have no problem get the 1.5, and I saw that you did some. Did you have any problem with your capture rate on that? And you're running about the same mat too. I don't know. Maybe you were running it flatter or more flare, more angle. Who knows? I have to rewatch that video. What you ran it at. So yeah, Vendetta's like, yeah, peace, cool. Yeah, we tried it. He got 100%. He got 100%. Yeah, I did not. I did not get close to 100% on that run, which was alarming. I thought it was running pretty good. I didn't see any issues with it. Yeah, 500. So 9 degrees. Yeah. This is probably 7 or 8. Yeah. And there's a 900. It's the green pump. What's the green one? 900? I don't know. But it wasn't full blast. And the gold was sticking on the green indicator and then going down a little bit. And the bigger pieces never did move off the indicator. There was only one bigger piece out of all of it, a small flake. Oh, Black Diamond, I got this one online. It's the Mini 6. The mat I got online too. So yeah, I got the Mini 6 from, I won't say, and I'm not gonna promote their stuff. It took forever. And I got the Dream Mat from him himself. Yeah, the magnetics on that were crazy. They just jumped out, no problem. But yeah, old chunkier gold. Okay, yeah, this stuff had the 400 mesh, and when I scooped the cons out and shook them, there was quite a bit of gold in there. It was I was like, wow, and it was just like some of the finest powder you can imagine, and it was going to take a whole lot of that to get a quarter gram. So maybe some of the bigger flakes just didn't have nowhere to catch. Now, there were a few in there. Maybe just didn't have nowhere to catch, and just flit through because it almost seems like that's set up for the smaller gold. And I don't know. It's a little upsetting that it did so poor. But I have all this gold sitting there. It's going to dry overnight. We'll come in here and fix it up. Can do call in. We'll chat for a little bit after party or shut her down. So yeah, when I clean it out, I'm gonna rerun it. But what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna, since there's other cons in there too, I might rerun it through the 1/8" classifier, see if anything else comes out, and I'll probably clean it out 3 times or at least twice. Clean it out at least twice along the way, and see how much gold I can recover from that, because I don't know. Yeah, that was off the mark. That was off the mark. What's up, Amethyst? Good seeing you. I didn't see you earlier. Yeah, a long time. Yeah, that kind of super fine gold like that. There's not too many. There's not too many mats that really claim that they'll catch that 400 mesh. Uh, I mean, they'll claim fine gold recovery, but most of them are, that's like 200 at best. Yeah, at best. That stuff was just obliterated powder. It's the whole size of a dime, but that don't add up. That don't budge the scale. No way. That even budges the scale. So, what's up, American Gold Prospectors? What's happening? We're about to shut down an after party. I'm gonna put the link on. Come in and have a beer with me, cause everybody ran off tonight. So I'm just chilling here in the shack, having a good time. Got all the gold. Pretty good with the gold. Gold stacks. I work on some gold stacks. Can't wait to go prospecting. Got some buddies coming into town this weekend. We're going to get together and we're going to go out and hit the creek. And I will record that day. I didn't record today except for a couple shorts. So yeah, I saw a snake, so I recorded a short. So this month I'm going to try to do some bonus material and bonus footages. I'm going to try to put some shorts out consistently this month and some random videos about some random things, panning out some pay dirts. You'll see. It can be a random thing. I had a beer. I drank it. Nobody come in to drink another one, so clean some moss. Yeah, you can clean up sometimes, clean the moss. So sometimes not so much. You hear stories. Everybody knows the story. Peel back the moss, and it's just layers of nuggets. Everybody's heard it. It's a great story. So another cool thing, I was like, "Hey Dave," because he had clean gold and dirty gold. I said, "What do you do to switch it up?" And he says, "I throw all the gold, all different sizes together in a cheap tumbler, no pellets, no nothing, and I add Diet Pepsi and let it run for a half hour." Okay, cool. Yeah, my week I did damn good this weekend. I got 1.65 grams and I never touched the creek. That was awesome. And went out today. This is what I got today. Just a little touch in the pan. Oh, just a little bit of gold. Just trying out. What's this? Oh, this is some gold from another pay dirt. This is just what I didn't pick out by hand. Because it was one of those chunky bags. It was a lot of fun. So, guys, I'm going to stop rambling. If nobody's going to call in, I'm going to just shut her down for the evening and go watch the last episode of that weird thing that's on TV. It's so strange. So strange. Why is it so weird? All right. No spoilers. Oh, man. So, yeah, heavy pans backyard, heavy pans. Just us in here pretty much right now. We got American Gold Prospects. We got the big hitters in here. Oh, tell me about big hitters. Baseball season. Got something to watch sometimes. I like it. Baseball. So I got my whole list here of everything I got to get ready to ship out and send out. So I'll be shipping those out pretty soon. Moto mining. Good night, my friend. We'll see you next time. Or shut her down. Later, everybody. See you soon.